What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Welcome to the stream. We are back for some more NCAA coverage. Why are we covering this game? Because the winner of the Tennessee this game will play Tennessee or Miami, Ohio, and I want to make sure if we are covering Virginia Cavaliers or the Tennessee Volunteers next week or Wright State, whoever, or it could be Miami of Ohio, one or the other. We're going to be bringing it to you here, guys. So appreciate all the love here. Welcome into the stream. Make sure you hit that like for us. We are here for Wright State Raiders versus the Virginia Cavaliers, the number 3 seed in the division in the Midwest region. The Virginia Cavaliers 29-5, the Wright State Raiders 23-11. But what's up, Bobby? Good to see you, Koya. What's up, Steve? What's up, Dr. Delay? Came in here. Commander says stopping by to drop a like. And what's up, everybody? Cold Trickle as well. So let's get to it and let's talk about it and let's learn about these two teams. The Wright State Raiders, the 14th seed, versus the Virginia Cavaliers. And let's learn about this here. For these both teams, there is your Midwest division. Michigan won on last night. St. Louis won last night as well. So we got some games here tonight. I don't know who was winning the Kentucky game, but I'll have to take a look at that one. But lots of slate of games here today to go from there. And then the all-time seed versus seed record, a number 3 versus a number 14. The number 3 is 137 and 23. Oh, let me move myself over here. I do it all the time. And let me move my halftime up here as well. There we go. That's a lot better. Number 3 versus number 14 is 137 and 23 on the record for matchups all time seed versus seed. So the 3 seed has always taken care of business, but there has been some upsets 23 times. All right, and then let's look at our team stats here. 48% to 46% for field goal percentage. 3-point percentage, both teams not very good there either. 36% to 35%. 73% free throw to 72. Rebounds, Virginia has that by 40 to 35. Assists, they have that as well, 16 to 6. 6.4 steals to 7.4 steals for Wright State, and 4.3 blocks to 6.5 blocks. The ACC Midwest number 3 seed 29-5 did not qualify for the tournament last year, and also the Wright State Raiders, the Horizon League, the 14th seed in the Midwest. Uh, they did not qualify for the tournament either, but they're 23-11. So let's look here. Let's get into the bets and all that good stuff. ESPN predicts Virginia to win 92% to 71, 7.1%. Yep. And let's take a look at the most important part you guys want to know is about the bets. Again, for DraftKings.com, and the total amount of points is 146.5. The spread is going to be 18.5, so they expect Virginia to run the table here on this one too as well. So we'll see how that goes. And then let's take a look at their top performers. Cooper for Wright State, he's averaging 13.4 points per game. Margaby, I guess that's how you say his name, 7.0 rebounds per game. And Birch is their type assist guy. D. Ritter for Virginia, he's got the top points getter, 15.5 with D. Ritter, also their rebounds guy. And Hall is their assist. So we'll look to see if those guys come alive here today. Total points, Virginia averaging 80 points per game, and also Wright State averaging 80 points per game. They're all both also giving up against and 73 points against per game and 68.4 points per game. Here's the last 5 for Virginia. They lost to Duke in the ACC tournament. To Miami, NC State, Virginia Tech. On this other side, they really haven't played anybody. So we'll see what kind of ball team this Wright State is. So we'll see here. Did Hamlin wreck yet? Let's up. What's good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out, Tom. Everybody say hi to Tom as well. What's up, Bongwater Taffy? Debbie says, let's go UVA Cavaliers. Bobby, what's up? I love Gambler says, I was searching for Utopia of the Seas and CeeLo pops up. Is there anything CeeLo doesn't do? Oh, that's awesome that it found you. That's cool, 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 cool. All right, so let me get your predictions in the chat, y'all. Predictions in the chat, y'all. Let me see your predictions in the chat here. I'm going to go Virginia 80 to 65. 80-65. Now, remember yesterday, my predictions have not been very good all day yesterday. So maybe this is isn't Wright State real tall. I don't know. We'll have to see here. We'll see what they can do down low. See Hopefully, it's not a Georgia versus other game that happened last night. You're gonna pick Blaney. Okay, gotcha. But we're gonna have a good time here today. After this, we got the Tennessee Volunteers versus the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. We'll be bringing that to you, and then we have a truck race tonight. So appreciate all the love here. Make sure you hit that like for us, subscribe to the channel, and we're getting ready for the run. So let me see any predictions in the chat. Any predictions in the chat? We'll see if we got some more folks that'll come in here. I'm trying to look to see if there's anybody else wanting to watch Virginia versus Wright State, and I think I found the culprit here. I found the culprit, so I'll have to turn that off. There's that one. There's only one of them, so all right. Looking forward to getting this game going. But good to see you, Tom. Glad you're feeling well. To pop in here, Jake. What's up? Good to see you too as well. Seahawks is okay. Let's see. What did he say? I gotta make my chat a little bigger here. Seahawks says, "Go Wolf Dogs." Why are they called the Raiders? A dog isn't a Raider. Hi, CeeLo. What's up, Seahawk? I don't know. I'm not sure why. The Wright State Raiders, they call them the Wright State Raiders versus the Virginia Cavaliers, the number 3 seed, 29-5 out of the ACC. I see you, Chase. Acknowledge you, my trouble chief. There's Koya. Appreciate you being here too. I think we're on TNT in Philadelphia. Kentucky and Santa Clara, I guess they're still playing. Iowa State and Tennessee State as well. It's going to be a good one. If you're watching Cooper, we're watching D. Riddler. He's their top point getter and rebounder for Virginia. A lot of people think that Virginia. All right, buddy. See you, man. Yeah, I'm doing trucks tonight, Negative Squirrel. Yeah. Yeah. Doing trucks tonight. Get back to our normal programming. This is the basketball is just an extra thing that we do. We'll see what Virginia can do. 29 wins in the first season. The Virginia head coach, career high, Ryan Odom with the Cavaliers. The 4th NCAA tournament appearance with 4 different schools for Ryan Odom. But he has brought the Cavaliers. And let's take a look at their starting lineup here for Wright State Raiders. TJ Birch, the sophomore. Solomon Colligan, sophomore. The guard, and Dominic Pangans, the sophomore, Michael Irby, and Kellen Pickett. On the other side, Dallin Hall, Malik Thomas, Sam Lewis, D. Riddler, and Grunwald. I was going to have a hard time pronouncing these names, y'all. All right, here we go. All right. Underway. Let's go. Underway. Already lagging. All right, Virginia with the ball at the top of the point, number 5. That is Lewis. Lewis with the ball going to the basket. Back to the bottom of the out to the top of the baseline for Virginia. Back to 5, Lewis again. Lewis in the paint. Picks it back out to the top of the baseline again. Looking Virginia in the paint, trying to get it in there. And a shot clock violation on the first play. Shot clock violation on the first play for Virginia. First possession, Virginia, a shot clock violation. Full court press. All right, here's Wright State now. Wright State with the ball. Top of the point. That's number 13. Callahan with the miss. Here comes Virginia going left to right, all in white with orange lettering. 3 for number 5. Misses the 3. Lewis with a miss here. He looks like he's the main go-getter here. Let me get my stats up here. Defense. Defense. Good. Another missed opportunity by Wright State. There's Virginia again. Still 0-0. And another turnover. There's a turnover. It's going to be Wright State ball. It's quiet. Yeah, it is what it is. Bum, 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 bum. All right, Virginia, 18-29. Wright State with the ball here. Wright State with the ball. Let's go. Colts, what's up? Good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out. Here's Wright State looking back out to number 4. That is number 4. Pickett. Bangois with the miss. Here's Leak Thomas with the rebound for Virginia. Almost turned it over again. And Wright State's got the ball back. Virginia's turned it over twice now. And that's a foul. TJ Birch, one of the best players in the country for Wright State. Virginia very shaky here with the ball here as they are watching from South Africa, Zambia. Awesome, man. A little way. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out. Here we go. 18:01 to go. Wright State going right to left against Virginia. Back inside, and there's a turnover. Wright State throws it away. It's still scoreless here with 17:50 to go. Still scoreless. Santa Claus 59, Kentucky 55. Santa Clara, wow. Is it over? Santa Clara win? Here we go. Virginia to the basket, throws it up, and they, oh, in and out. But it's going to be Virginia ball. It's off of Wright State there. No, 8 minutes left. Okay. Virginia versus Wright State here. Get rid of some of these guys here. Here's Virginia there, top of the point, looking back to the top of the baseline for Virginia. Virginia backs to the boards and hits it off the backboard and in. Virginia gets their first 2 points of the day. That's number 28, Ritter, their top point getter. It's 2-0, 17-17 all. 17-17 left on the time. It's 2-0 Virginia. Here's number 4, which is number 4, Pickett. Back down to number 4, Pickett, at the bottom of the baseline. He's looking. There's number 55 with the ball. That's Cooper. Cooper shoots it with another shot clock violation. And here's Virginia. Just got it off in time, but missed. You're a huge Virginia fan. My buddy was trying to say Virginia would crush today. But I don't know. It's not looking good. And here's Wright State. Another rejection for Virginia. It is 2-0. Try to find this one game here and get rid of them. Report, misinformation. Report, spam. Okay. All right. 2-0 here. Jumper 13. That's the first field goal for number 13 for Wright State. Number 13, Callahan. Here comes Wright State down back there again. Number 13 looking. Number 3. And in and out. Still 2-2. Why do I feel I'm not live? Virginia with a big 3-point shot there. Who was that? That was Malik Thomas with a big 3. It's 5-2 Virginia. 5-2 Virginia. 5-2 Virginia. Only doing this game because possibly could be a good possibility that Tennessee plays this team. If they win and they advance today, they will play Virginia or Wright State. That's the only reason we're doing this game today. But we'll see if we can get some more folks in here. We appreciate all the love today. And yesterday was really good. It was really fun. But we'll see how it goes today. And I've got Tennessee, Miami, Ohio coming up next after this. And I would love to hang out with you guys for the rest of the day. We got trucks after that. But Colts, glad you're here. Appreciate you. Duke had their work cut out. The other team had it in the first half, but it was trying too hard in the second half. Also, Seahawks, Sienna had a bunch of their players. Sienna had a bunch of their players um, play the whole entire game. So, all right. 5-2 early go-getters here. Wright State 14% from the field, but still hanging on. Uh, just got on, Terry Joe. And then 4 turnovers for Virginia. That's the only reason this game is the way it is. Virginia's shooting 33% from the field with 50%, but Wright State 14%. They're not looking, I mean, it's a close game, but 4 turnovers by Virginia is keeping this game close. But I just got on, so I don't know if anybody got a notification or not. But we did come on. I'm trying to work on the paint scheme preview. I ran out of time yesterday and been trying to work on it this morning. That was another thing I need to do. Let's see if that got done here. It's not done yet. But thanks you guys for. Will you win the poll for the race? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Not in really much race mood right now. I'm in basketball mode. 5-2. Nobody wants to watch Virginia Wright State, apparently. Nobody wants to watch Virginia Wright State. For the 3 seed Virginia Cavaliers, 29-5, lost to Duke in the ACC tournament. 93.2% chance of winning right now, and it's only 5-2. This might be a this might be a slow go on this one. We'll see how it goes though. All I know is if we meet Kentucky in the 3rd round, we better beat them. Go Big Orange. That's right, Gary. Gary, one of our volunteer fans, watching Virginia to see if they can win here. But yeah, we got to. We'll meet Kentucky for the 3rd round. We better beat them. That's right. Did Kentucky win, or is it still on? 8 minutes left. Because no one likes basketball. I bear to differ from you, Terry Joe. Not too many in the house either watching this game inside the arena. The UVA Wright State from Philadelphia, where the Sixers play and the Flyers play. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Terry Joe. All right, inbound here to number 33, Amagabe. Back up to the top of the baseline for Wright State. Number 13, which is Callahan. And there it is. Callahan with the big 3. Big 3 for Callahan. I got to go out and back in to get my emojis here. Callahan with the big 3. Here we go. To the basket is Virginia. And that's number 5. That's Lewis. He gets a basket. It's 9-8. 9-8. CeeLo does the NCAA awesome. Grand Rapids, Michigan here. Go Blue. Awesome, Jason. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. CeeLo does the NCAA. Yeah, we do. Big 8-7. Second 3 of the year for him, and he hit it right there. Magarbe. And there's right back down the other side is Virginia with a layup. It's 9-8. 9-8 now. And I got the emojis too. Let's see if we get this here. All right. Right down there, Wright State. Another score. 10-9. Here's double teaming in the corner there for Wright State. 11 with the ball. Back to the top of the baseline. Back to 33, which is, what's his name? Onye. So here's Virginia. Underneath the basket to 33 with a big slam. He's the big tall guy. He's the center. It's 11-10. He's got 6.7 points per game. Second in the NCAA as a center there. And up the front, points in the paint. There's a foul on the floor. Number 55 was fouled. It's 11 to 10. 11 to 10. Just seen Santa Clara was up by 1. Cold says, okay. Yeah, they're down by 3 now. Kentucky's up by 3. Texas Tech is up 52 to 43. Arizona up 29-18. Here we go. 33 with the ball, which is Amarbe. And then there's the ball. 13, Lewis jump with the 3. No, that's Callahan. Another one. 13 to 11. Callahan with the big 3. Here's Virginia now going left to right. Number 8 with the ball. That's White. Back down to 6. White throws it up. 2. It's 13 all. 13 all here. 13 all, Wright State. Trying to shock the world here. 13 all. Here's Wright State looking. Callahan with another 3. He's on fire. Callahan is on fire. Callahan, 11 points already. It's 16 to 13. He's got 11 of the 16 points. There's White with the ball going left to right. He dishes it out. Virginia misses the 3. Rebound is Wright State going right to left. Left to right. Second foul on Hall for Virginia. 2 personal fouls already for Hall, the guard. Technical on CeeLo for no lunch. That's right. So Callahan on fire. He's got 11 points already. He is the guard. 11 points already for Callahan. What's up, Taterhead? All right. Wright State, they're going to the basket, throwing it up. He misses it. That was 22. Maribe. That's how you say his name, Maribe. Holden's going to check in. Amaribe is going to check out. 16-13 is the score. 16-13 is the score. 12:22 to go. Here is Virginia with the ball. That's number 1, which is Thomas. Thomas with the ball. Thomas going to the basket, tries to throw it up, and it's going to be last touch by Wright State. 12:07 to go, 16-13 here. 16-13, 12:07 to go. Midwest first round. There's 20 and out. Tried to get it an intercepted there for Wright State, but he touched it last. That was Barch that tried to intercept that pass from Virginia, but it was out of bounds. Still Virginia's ball. Wright State was founded in 1964 out of Dayton, Ohio. Here's Virginia now. Number 4 with the block. Number 20 with the block. He goes to the basket, and he gets fouled going up for it. Holden with the block on number 5, Lewis, and went up for the layup and got fouled. Holden, the Wright State, just a little more tall than Virginia here, but Wright State giving it everything that Virginia don't want. Appreciate you hanging with us. All right. Appreciate you hanging with us. We're going to bring you your stats right now. Really quick stats here. Wright State now has improved to 46% from the field, those 3-point shots. 50% from Virginia, 67% from the 3. They're 4 for 6 from the 3-point line right now. Virginia 1 for 4. 4 turnovers for Virginia, 1 for Wright State. 8 rebounds for Virginia, 5 for Wright State. And then over on the other side, let's see here. You got nobody with the starters that have any points here for Wright State in there now. But Callahan is off sitting the bench, so we'll see if they can survive without Callahan in there. Riddler's got 2 points. Lewis has got 2. Thomas has got 3. Onenso's got 2. And Mallory's got 2. So we'll see what happens here with this Virginia team. Virginia Cavaliers players at the bottom there, where the top is Wright State. Move it up here. Not allowing it to. This is need to. There we go. Michael says, bro, it's me, Mr. Sting from yesterday. Awesome, man. Welcome back, dude. Appreciate you being here. Share the stream out. Tell a friend. We're trying to get some more folks in here. 27 folks, 25 likes. Trying to get to 30 likes. Help us out. I guess this game is not a very popular one. But we'll see if we can get this bot taken down. Maybe that'll help. See anybody else doing it? Let me just type in Virginia Cavaliers. Virginia Cavaliers. Let's see if that does it. What we got going there? One. Yeah, we got to get that one taken down. Then we'll be good. Get that one taken down, we'll be all right. Kentucky's got 1 point. Oh, man. What's up, Mark? Good to see you. We're going to do Tennessee versus Miami of Ohio next. We'll be doing them next to see if they survive. And then we'll go from there. Then the truck race tonight at 6:30. So looking forward to that too as well. Bro, it's me, Mr. Sting. Mr. Sting back at it. Texas Tech in the close one as well. Really? I don't think so. Last time I looked, it was a blowout. That's a pretty cool March Madness shirt with all the teams on it. I like that. That's a cool shirt. I would take that. Talking to Virginia about the turnovers. 4 turnovers, 6 field goals made. That is why Wright State is where they're at right now. Not afraid of Duke nor Kentucky this tournament, Commander says. Not afraid. All right, 16-13 Wright State going up for the free throw. Good. Holden knocks in the first of 1 of 2. 1 of 2, 17-13. 70-68 Santa Clara, 125 left. Wow. They brought it back. And Texas Tech 59-51. And Arizona's blowing out LIU. Misses that second free throw. Rebound is Virginia going left to right. Let's go WSU. Kevin, good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out. Wright State looking here. Here's Virginia with the ball. Top of the point, inside the paint, back out to the bottom of the baseline, and a foul. Foul's going to be on Wright State. It's going to be on Logan Woods. Number 21, Logan Woods. Foul is on him. Luis? That's that? Okay. Luis? Luis. Here's Lewis for Virginia. Spin move. Throwing it up. And he gets fouled. Another foul. Lewis went for the spin move in the paint and got fouled. 70-68, 54 seconds left. Santa Clara. Man, you think Pope gets fired if he loses here in the tournament? He hasn't really done anything. 11:27 to go. Here is Lewis with the ball. Jumper in the paint. In and out. Wright State with the rebound. Here they come right to left. 11:16 to go. 11:16 to go. Wright State spins and in and out. That was 22. They got their own rebound and put it in. 22 Birch spun. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. So Birch with a hustle there, 19-13. How do you feel about Georgia? Oh, that was a massacre last night. That was a massacre. Wright State up 19-13 here. 19-13 for Wright State. Not sure what happened with the Virginia player. He just landed wrong. Is that Lewis? Oh, that's Lewis too. Oh, looks like he landed on his arm, his wrist. That's not good. Wrist. That's not good when you injure your wrist. So Lewis, season high, 10.8 points per game. So that's gonna hurt Virginia here as they're down by 6. White is in the game now. So you got Riddler, Thomas, Mallory, and White, and Grunion. Here we go. St. Louis, Virginia. Going to the basket, coast to coast. Got blocked. Rebound 17, and he puts it in. 17 puts it in for Virginia. That was Gronich. And they almost went to the basket, missed it. 22, Birch misses the 3. White rebounds. Here's Virginia now going left to right. Top of the baseline to the point. White fakes the 3, takes it down to number 1. 3. Brick over the top, out of bounds. Number 1 is Thomas. White, I got him. 30 is Hall. Riddler's 28. We got some subbing in. Spagonis missed the 3. Number 3. Our inbound here for Wright State. Bringing it up. Wright State going right to left. Going to the basket. Third Pagonis with the 3. Misses the 3. So I'm a little way behind here. So Virginia basketball, it is way behind, y'all. My gosh. 70-68, 20 seconds left, 19 seconds left for Kentucky. Oh my gosh, they're gonna lose. Here's Virginia going to the basket, finds White wide open to the bottom of the baseline. Brick and rebound Virginia. Another 3 from the top of the baseline, and he nails it. That was number 1, Thomas, with the 3-point shot. 9:52 to go. (19-18). Here we go. 55 is Cooper. Cooper with the ball at the point. He hands it down to number 4, which is Pickett. Back inside to number 3 in the lane is Pagonis. He misses a shot. It's a rebound, Virginia. White here comes coast to coast. He stops. He decides to go to the basket. Dishes it back out to number 1, Thomas. He misses the shot, and it's a foul. No, Pickett was out of bounds. Pickett was out of bounds. Pickett was out of... The crowd is reacting. Wow. Santa Clara and Kentucky. What happened there? Wow, 50-foot shot. Wow, that's crazy. And White with the big 3. White with the big 3 for Virginia. White with the big 3 with Virginia here. Virginia on an 8-0 run. The crowd's cheering more for the Kentucky game than the Virginia. 3. Big 3. Man, number 33 with a big 3. Amangre. It's 22-21. There's another 3 for Virginia. In and out. Rebound. So Kentucky, Santa Clara in overtime. Texas Tech up by 9 on Akron. And Arizona's up by 20. There's 22 with the ball. Top of the baseline. It's Pickett. Back out to 55, which is Cooper. 55 Cooper at the top of the baseline. Shoots a 3. In and out. Rebound Virginia. 22-21. 8:12 to go. Here's White back to the bottom of the baseline. Number 1, which is Thomas, fakes the 3 back to White to the top of the baseline 3. And that's number 8 for Thomas. For D. Riddler. Thomas with it in. 23-21. Back and forth we go. Back and forth we go. 6-2 on the offensive rebounds for Virginia. Here's Wright State, number 13. That's Callahan. He flakes the shot to 33. Back down to number 55, Cooper. Cooper to 33. Back to 33. Back into the basket. He takes it in. That's number 33, Amarbe. Ninth lead change for a 3 for Virginia. And rebound. Wright State up by 1 here. Bringing it going down the court. Wright State to the basket. Jumper. Brick. Virginia with the rebound. White with the rebound now walking up the court. White loses it. And a foul's called by TJ Birch. 7 minutes to go in the first. Wright State up 1 on Virginia. Kentucky, South Carolina has just gone to overtime. So that's good. 24-23 is the score here for Wright State. Trying to shock the world here. The 14 seed giving it all Virginia wants here in this game. Let's take a look at quick stats again. 41% from the field for Wright State. 42% for Virginia. 50% from the three-point line for Wright State, 27% for Virginia, 50% from the free throw, 4 turnovers still for Virginia, 1 for Wright State, 18 rebounds to 9. So Virginia has out-rebounded Wright State by 9. And their largest lead has been 6 for Wright State, 3 for Virginia. And Wright State has led this game 48% of the time. And let's see here. My iPad is downstairs, so I can't give you some scores there. But Margbe has got 8 points. Birch has got 2. Callahan's got 11. He had those couple 3-point shots. Riddler's got 2. Thomas for Virginia's got 8. Nunso's got 2. And White has got 5. Yenso? A Yenso? Is that how you say his name? A Yenso? Someone's tried to have me say how you're supposed to say it. Let's try Luise? Luise. Is that how you say it? I don't know. That's weird. I'm horrible with names. 25 blanks. We're breaking numbers on this one, y'all. We're breaking numbers on this one. Why is Virginia a 3 seed? I don't know, Earl, but they're not looking too good. Not looking too good. Let's see how our good friend is doing. How's all our friends doing today with all of their stuff? He's only got 60 watching. Texas Tech, 41 watching. So it's a little lower of attendance today watching things. I'm watching. He's got 175. Yeah. Miss Zaga. Yeah. All right. Why is Virginia a 3 seed? I don't know. They're playing horrible. But sometimes it takes a wake-up call. 14 points in the paint for Virginia. 4 for Wright State. Rich says, does be the bad point in the game to bet on Wright State? No, I don't think so. I'd be afraid of their stats. Well, I mean, the stats don't look too bad right now. Oh, that's what I want to do. I wanted to update this app. Wright State with the big 3-pointers by Callahan that really got him going here. Callahan was hitting the threes left and right. A 24-23. And Virginia's going to inbound it here. Number 2, Mallory. He hands it to number 1, which is Thomas. Back to White with the big 3. White with the big 3 on the top of the baseboard. The baseline. 26-24, up by 2. Ooh, Virginia trying a little bit of a press there. Here's across the half court for Wright State. 22 with the ball. He spins in the paint, gets rejected, gets his own. Birch got the rebound, and then gave it to 33. 33 at the top, which is Amarbe. Back to Birch. Back to Amarbe with the 3. Brick. He gets his own rebound. Gets it back to Birch. Birch at the top of the baseline. Birch looking, going to the basket, throwing it up, and good. Birch with a little floop in the paint over the top of Virginia. Coast to coast for Virginia with Thomas. And it's going to be out of bounds. Thomas turnover. And it's going to be Wright State ball. So Lewis is returning after he had injured his wrist. After he injured his wrist. Here we go. Wright State going right to left. There's 55 with the ball, back to 33. Looking here to the top of the baseline. Back to the bottom of the baseline is 13 with looking for the jumper, back to 33. 3. Amare with the 3. Misses. Rebound, Wright State. Back out, number 13 gets the rebound back. He misses the 3. Man. Callahan missed it. Amare missed it. Here's Virginia. Lewis. Now the top of the point, inside, try to get to Nick, try to White. Back to the bottom with Lewis. White to the bottom of the baseline. 8 seconds to go, inside to Virginia. Looking. Player goes down. He was looking for a call, but he did not get it. But he missed the layup anyways, and Wright State gets the rebound. It's 26 all. 26 all here. 10:27 or 4:43 to go, and there's another 3. Was that Birch? Birch with a 3-pointer, 26-footer. 7 points now for Birch. Looking back to White, looking for the 3. Steps back, jumper. White is good. White has been hot here in the last bit. He's got 11 points for White. He's got 3 3-pointers. 4:15 to go, 29 all. Back to the top of Marbe with a wide open 3. Bray. Wow. 32-29. 4:01 to go. 3 3s for Amare. Spin moves. There's a turnover. Here's Wright State. Birch trailing for the back. That was 55 with the layup. That's Cooper with the steal and the layup. It's 34-29. 3:38 to go. Points over turnovers. 4 points for the turnovers for Virginia. Wide open to the bottom of the baseline for a 3. Drains it. Tillis with the big 3. 34-32. Should I go over under 150 points? 70. Maybe over. Maybe over. Oh, yeah, over for sure. Over for sure. The Raiders trying to shock the nation here. 34-32 is the score. 34-32 is the score. All right. So we're waiting on it to come back here from the commercial break. 3:22 to go. This is on TBS. And I'm going to try to go to a website to see if we can get it any faster than what we're seeing. But TNT is a little slow, and I can see why. There's our live button. See if that works. CBS is like 5 seconds behind where this is. American Smasher Deal. Sonic. That looks pretty good. Sonic. But we're going to be doing Tennessee versus Miami of Ohio next, everybody. So make sure you're tuning in to us on that one. And we'll be here for that one too. See what he's doing here. Is he doing audio? Yeah, he is. Looks like Kentucky will escape with a win. Oh, man. But they scared him, huh? What's up, Danny? Yeah, NASCAR tonight. Yeah, tonight, 6:30. 6:30 after the Tennessee game. Yeah, 6:30 after the Tennessee game. Have a little break in between. All right, y'all. Just waiting here for it to come back. Let's see what the score is here. 46-44. Well, mine shows 46-44, Jake, so I don't know if it's updated or not. How about North Carolina game? Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? VCU. Crazy. Nuts. 4 minutes left to go in the half here. I hate not knowing these players' names. I need to clean this. This is nasty. That's sad. Round one, but you've been putting in the work for your whole season. But making tournament with a cold. Wright State averaging 7 the first half. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm going into one of these 14 downs way back. I mentioned. Oh. Come on, get out of there. I can't get it off of there, y'all. 1 second, I can't get it off of there. Herper with a nice little run in. I can't get it off of there. Whatever. That was weird. It just popped up. I couldn't get it off. There's Virginia now. Down by 4. Wright State up 4. 2 minutes to go. There's a big 3 by Lewis. Lewis with another 3. He's got 5. 36-35 here. 36-35 Braves. That's right. I know. I couldn't get it off of there. I don't know what I clicked on. I bet on the underdogs. You're scared. Virginia +1 at the half hit. I think. Maybe. +1. There's 55 Cooper looking. Trying to get it to Marbe. 55. Shot clock at 5. They got to do something here. 3. Air ball. Air ball. Cooper with the air ball. Wright State up by 1, everybody. With 2:10 to go. Let's see if I can get this to work here. All right. Here we go. Trying to get some background music here. That's more of a baseball stadium sound than the basketball. Damn, another timeout. Yeah, Shreem. Another timeout. Another timeout. Who do you think will win? I don't know. I have no clue. This is going to be a weird one. Wright State. I mean, Virginia just playing sloppy. That's the problem. Virginia's playing sloppy. 35-36. Wright State up by 1. And why they're here? Why are they here? Because look at the turnovers. 6 turnovers for Virginia to 1. That's the difference in this game. 6-1. Kentucky wins 89-84. Wow. Bruh, where can I watch? I don't know. I mean, if you look really hard, you can probably find it, but you're not going to find it on YouTube. They're not going to let you watch it on YouTube. If it is on there, it'll be shut down soon because we ain't playing with that way. Make sure you hit that like for us as you're coming in, trying to get to 100 likes. Maybe 50 will be our total today. Who's Kentucky going to against trying to get who is the underdog? Kentucky just beat Santa Clara. They're in overtime. They won. I freaking go here and Ian and I know where to watch this. Sadness says. Yeah, I don't know where you're gonna find it, but this is what you got, man. This is what you got. This is what it's gonna be for the rest of the tournament. You're not gonna find them on the games anymore on the channels because they're gonna get shut down. And hopefully that one is gonna get shut down here very soon. And then we'll have some folks in here and have some fun. But 36-35. Pickett. Birch with 7. Callahan with 11. And Holden with 1. Lewis with 5. D. Riddler with 2. 2 for Gunyon. And Hall with 0. And Thomas with 8. Thomas with 8. Let me see this. Let's see this shot here. Oway with that. Wow, that half court shot to win. Jeez. Or tie it up. Chucky escapes Santa Clara. By the way, Tennessee is terrible. Grayson, we'll see. Probably so. All right, here we go. Virginia going left to right. Lewis with the ball. Back underneath to 17. D. Riddler goes to the basket and gets fouled. Riddler goes to the basket and gets fouled. He's the big white boy. By the way, Tennessee's terrible. Yep. 151 to go in the half. 151 to go in the half. You wish they were as good as Duke? I don't know about that. We should have won the tournament last year. But no, we lost to Houston. Should have been in the Final Four last year. This year, we're going to have some interesting play here against Miami of Ohio. We got to stop them. So 17 is out. 17 is out. Throw it up. Riddler with the missed free throw. 36 all. There is Wright State going right to left. Callahan with the ball. He hands it off to Cooper, number 55. Back to number 3, which is 3. Which one is 3? Callahan with the big 3. And in a good. Wow, Callahan again. 4th 3-pointer. His 4th triple. Miami Ohio's going to fry Tennessee. We'll see. What's up with all these underdogs? I know. Andrea, right? Andre. Here we go. The Riddler to the basket. Done a little spin move. Made it look nasty. And in the paint, 39-38, Wright State. Down by 1. Riddler with 5 points. Here's Callahan at the top of the baseline with the ball. Looking. Trying to go to the paint. Throws it up. And gets fouled. Playing it. Kentucky will play winner of Iowa State versus Tennessee State game. Yes, they will. Yes, they will, Robert. So 40-38, Wright State up by 2. I think this froze. I think all of this froze, y'all. $52.5 seconds here. Wright State goes up 3. I know you were asking if my Virginia would be up by 1.5. Cry, cry, cry. We'll see what happens at the end of the game. Here is Virginia coast to coast. He misses the layup. He missed the layup. That was Lewis. That was Thomas. And right back down, Birch throws it in. Birch off the glass for 43-38, 34 to go. 34.9 seconds to go. And a TV timeout. Why are we calling a timeout with such late time left in this game? Let's see here. Ooh, a big 1,000. What's up with all the underdogs? Yeah, a lot of people didn't think there would be a lot of underdogs this year, but I think a lot of plate teams are unprepared. 2:10 to go, 36-35. 2:10 to go, 36-35. Let's see how our good friend Valhalla is doing. He's doing the Arizona game. Let's see how he's doing over here. 43-38. 43-38. What's going on here? Yeah, what's this? It's froze again. It froze again. I knew there was something wrong with it because I kept on looking. Thank you for that. 43-38. I don't know what I was looking at. All right, there we go. We're back to it now. Virginia's going to hold off to the last second here. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 11 seconds on the shot clock. 6:12 on the thing. 12. Lost it. Another turnover for Virginia. And they're going to slow it down for the last shot. Callahan with the ball. Pickett with the 3. He misses. Kane with the ball. White with the ball. Throws it. And it hits off the backboard. 43-38 is the score at the half. I'm not sure why this is doing its thing. It's not loading. Evan is with Michael Amari Band. Got a 3-point shooter. Only one made all year. You got first down. How did you see here? Update. Let's update this. See if that works. So Wright State wins. If you're wearing Tennessee, you probably think you're tough, but you're not. Caden Boozer is him. Okay. Okay. Caden Boozer. Caden or Cameron? Which one? Are you talking about Caden or Cameron? Which one are you talking about? And it's halftime. All right, let's see here something. Let's see, update this. App info. Make sure it's secure. I think I updated it. All right, let's see if I can go to another website here. They could fry Tennessee by themselves if you're wearing Tennessee both of them. Cameron, the only reason he did well yesterday was because every time he went in the paint, he got a foul called for him. Every time he went in the paint, he figured out that he didn't have to do anything except go in the paint yesterday and get fouled. And the refs called him every time he touched the paint yesterday. They called a foul on him. That's skill, he says. That's skill, he says. I mean, that's smart. I'm sure it is smart. I'm sure it is smart. But for sure, every time Caden went to or Cameron went to the paint yesterday, he got fouled. There was no strategy about it. He just bulldozed himself. It was the Edie treatment. Was this the first quarter or the last of the right versus this is the end of the first half? End of the first half, up 43 to 38. 43-38. Because he's him. All right. Sounds good. Hey, more power to you, good. More power to you, bro. More power to you there. Let's see here. If this works here, if I can get this going instead. The boss button. That's funny. Is slow. That's just might be the worst half of Cavs played all year. 43 points is shocking, and also 7 turnovers as well. 7 turnovers. That just might be the worst. Yeah, but seven turnovers right here. So to 1 for Wright State, and that's why. Uh, who am I cheering for? I don't care about that. All right, that's better. See if I can have this play. He said, "Good boy." Well, I hope you'll be here for the game, Grayson. I hope you're here for the game. That just might be. It was, for sure. Okay, we're going to leave it like that. Let's take a look at the team stats here for both teams. This is kind of a miserable game to watch, but let's take a look at the team stats here for both teams. And we'll start with the Virginia Cavaliers as they are down by 5. Let's start with the Virginia Cavaliers. 16 for 35, 15 for 31, 48% from the field. 7 for 15 from the 3, 47% from the 3-point line. 1 for 2 from the free throws. That's 50%. 21 rebounds, 6 offensive, 15 defensive, 6 assists, 3 blocks, 7 total turnovers. Let's see, 2 points on the 1 turnover for Wright State, 14 points in the paint, 5 fouls, and they've only led this game by 3 points, and that was for 19% of the team. For Wright State, 16 of 35, 46% from the field, 8 for 18, 44% from the 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw, 75% from the free throw, 15 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, and Virginia has those 2 points on that 1 turnover. 3 fast break points, 12 points in the paint, 5 fouls. They've had the largest lead was 6, and they've led this game 53% of the team. So the 14 seed Wright State continuing right now, dominating here. You got Wright State to win it, my dudes. Awesome there, though, Coffee. Appreciate you being here. Welcome in, too, as well. Pete says that just might be the worst. User says, I got 50 on Wright State for 500. Wish me luck. Hey, if they can hold off this, if they can keep Virginia with the turnovers here, for sure, they're definitely going to win. Virginia just doesn't look like the Final Four team everybody thinks they are, for sure. But I had Tennessee getting beat by them, so my bracket might be busted there. Tennessee can't even put Ball State. Okay, all right. Grayson coming in here, knowing his room, thinks he knows it all. Well, that's good, what Grayson. I'm glad you're confident on your Duke Blue Devils. Hey, I hope so too because I got them winning the championship in my bracket. So, all right, let's take a look at Wright State's box score. 15 minutes for Pickett, no points. Amarbe, 15 minutes, 11 points. Pangonis, number 3, he's got 0 points. 14 minutes for Birch, he's got 9. He's 4 for 9 from the field. 1 for 2 from the 3-point line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Callahan has been on fire. He's 18 minutes, 16 points, 5 for 7 from the field, 4 for 6 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw, 1 rebound, 1 steal. He's got 1 personal foul. On the bench there's Logan Woods. He's got 2 personal fouls, so you probably won't see him the rest of the day. Michael Cooper, that's number 55. He's 15 minutes, 6 points, 3 for 8 from the field, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, 1 assist, 1 steal. And let's see here. Then you got the Virginia Cavaliers here. The Cavaliers, 13 minutes, 5 points. Crinion has got 8 minutes, 2 points. Lewis is 14 minutes, 5 points. He's 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover. He's got 1 personal foul. Hall, he continues to play. He's 10 minutes with 2 personal fouls. Malik Thomas, 14 minutes, 8 points, 3 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 offensive rebounds, and 1 defensive rebound, 1 personal foul. And then off the bench, you got Tillis with 7 minutes, 3 points, Anunso with 12 minutes, 2 points, Mallory with 11 minutes, 2 points, and White 12 minutes, 11 points. So there is that. Yeah, Grayson, we don't want to kick you out, man. And you're learning. You're getting there, bro. We don't want to kick you out. We don't want to kick you out, man. All right, let's take a look at the full scoreboard here. All right. See you later, Grayson. Have a good day. Timeouts. We'll give him 30 minutes. We'll see what he does. Oh boy. Can we block Gray? Yeah, you can block him. I just timed him out. So he's going. Long Island University. And let's take a look at the scores around the nation. And Arizona up 53-29 on Long Island University. Virginia, of course, in a battle with Wright State here as we're watching that one. That's the only game going on right now, other than Arizona and Long State. They're at halftime. TSU, Iowa State coming up here at 2 o'clock. Alabama versus Hofstra. Villanova versus Utah State. And then there's the game that we'll be doing at 3:25. This one here, Tennessee versus Miami. Iowa versus Clemson. Northern Iowa versus St. John. UCF versus UCLA. Queens University versus Purdue. Prairie View A&M versus Florida. We covered that game right there. Should I bet on Tennessee $10 to get me to 500? Hey, bet on them, Sharma. Bet on them. What's up, Miss Tom? Welcome in. Prairie View versus Florida, and then California Baptist, their first time ever in the tournament against Kansas. You got Furman versus UConn, Missouri versus Miami, and then the very bottom here you got Texas Tech and Akron, and then Kentucky with the overtime win over Santa Clara. Oway, 35 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists for Kentucky. Man, oh man, 35 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I bet 600 on CeeLo getting 1 pick right tonight. We'll see. That's Miami. We'll see, Zach. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so a lot of any Miami Ohio fans watching right now. If you're watching to see who plays you next, if you win here later on, or let me see if you're a Miami fan. If you're a Tennessee fan, put Go Vols in the chat. I'd love to see that. Love to see that too as well. But we're doing this game because good possibility that Tennessee might be playing this team, and I wanted to see how they play. So that's why we're doing this game of all the games that we could have done today. So let me bring this up here. There. That's Miami. How likely do you think Wright State will win? Anything's possible here. Anything's possible on this team. Anything is possible. All depends. Does Wright State come out like St. Louis yesterday against Georgia on an 18-0 run? Or even a 10-0 run might be a difference here. Could be the difference with a run for Wright State. Does Virginia come out dead? Good possibility. 115 in the house now. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. My name is CeeLo on the Go with CeeLo, our YouTube channel. Bringing you Virginia versus Wright State here. Virginia versus Wright State. But Kentucky survives and moves on from the almost an upset in overtime. Wearing a Wright State shirt and a Tennessee hat. There you go, KB. Awesome. Wearing a Wright State shirt and a Tennessee hat. There you go. I got my Tennessee hat on and my Tennessee basketball shirt on tonight. We'll see if it becomes Tennessee fans get to continue their season or we move to baseball. UVA first round exit. Ryan Odom not ready. Yeah. I mean, they did pretty well this year. And Ryan Odom's 4th team that he's brought to this tournament. But we'll see what happens here with UVA. Do they get exited out with Wright State. Wright State move on to play the winner of Tennessee versus um, Miami of Ohio. Dominic Brown, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Dominic Brown, appreciate that love. As we're trying to get some more folks in here to hang out with us. Blooper having some issues over here. Blooper? There you go, Blooper. He just wanted to stay on the screen for a little bit. Miss Thompson, subscribe to the memberships. 99 cents gets you access to those emojis that we've been using in the chat. I'd love for you to have those too as well. And also to check her down here, telling you what's going on with the Phillies and the Tigers are on. The Mets and the Cardinals in spring training. Spring training about to wrap up. Regular season about to start here. Anyone knows that ball does? Anyone that knows ball does Wright actually have a chance to win? If Virginia continues to turn the ball over with turnovers and Wright State does not turn the ball over, there's a good chance. That is the only reason Wright State is winning this thing right now. The 7 turnovers by Virginia. That's the only reason Wright State is in this thing here. So if Virginia continues to turn the ball over, they will lose this game. They're not going to lead in turnovers and lose and win this game. There's no way. That's my opinion. 7-1. And look, even Virginia's out rebounding here, 21-15. So these two numbers, that is the 7 turnovers is helping this. But 44%, they're both hitting almost the same from the field and the 3-point shot. So that's another reason. But it should be we'll see how they do when they come out of here in the second half. Should be interesting. Okay, there we go. Yes, Wright State had roughly a 65% chance of winning. Right now, according to ESPN, they have Virginia winning at 73% to Wright State at 26.9. Make sure you get that like for us. Start at 35. Try to get to 50. That's our goal. 50 likes. 121 here. Make sure you do it. But thought coffee. That's my opinion. If Virginia continues to turn the ball over here, and especially if Wright State gets some more rebounds here, like 15. If they continue to get more rebounds here, for sure that Wright State could win this thing. But it's going to take a lot for Wright State. And Virginia doesn't have much to climb here. They're only down by 5. So Victoria says 5 likes. That like for us, trying to get to 50 likes. That's what we're trying to do. Nah, they tripping, Thought says. Nah, they tripping. All right. Turn this down.
People who haven't watched basketball all year suddenly expert. Oh yeah, I've been following them all season.
Hope they don't gas like Siena did yesterday against Duke. Now, Sage, you got to remember though, those guys were playing 40 minutes of basketball. Those 5 starters played 40 minutes of basketball. They had on the high adrenaline going into the locker room, and that high came back down, and Duke came back. So you got to remember that too as well. Sage says, and then let's see. Pete says, Cavs got to pressure the ball. State will cough it up. Yeah, so that's another thing. Virginia really hasn't been playing the tight defense, the press defense that they need to. No bench is crazy though, right, Sage? Like they played 5 starters all game long. No one touched them. No one got subbed in, and they played the whole 40 minutes. I was meatloaf. It was good for the 10 minutes that I ate and came back from there. Yeah, it was good.
Free throws for the Sharks.
Sitting there in silence. We'll see how this goes here with Wright State and Virginia Cavaliers. We'll see how it goes for the second half. Then coming up, we'll take about a 30-minute break Tennessee versus Miami, Ohio will be right here for that. Ready to have some good times there too as well. So looking forward to it. And looking at other games here, 3:25 Central is when it's supposed to be on. 3:25 Central. So we got about an hour and 25 minutes before the next game. Hofstra and Alabama. You got Tennessee State and Iowa about to tip off here as well. And Long Island is down by almost 30 on Arizona. So interesting. Well, you can have a sandwich today. I will. I plan on doing that right between these games here. I'll go down and have me something to eat really quick. Nothing better than a meatloaf sandwich, right? On bread. Gotta be good bread, though. I'm kind of spoiled on that one there. 40 likes. We're trying to get to 50. That's our goal. 50 likes. 5-0 on the likes. Help us out, y'all, in that as we're see what happens here. Maybe we can attract some more friends if this gets a close game down the hard. Everybody likes to see an upset. Maybe we'll have yesterday during this Duke Siena game and also the UNC VCU game. We had over 1,000 folks in the chat. Go Vols, Chad. We're ready. 3:25. We'll be on at 3:05. 3:05 for pregame for the Tennessee game. We'll talk about the Vols. We'll talk about Miami, Ohio. How's Tennessee going to stop the 3-point shot on Miami, Ohio? How is it going to go? But we'll see how it goes. But membership start at 99 cents. Please consider. That's right. That's right. Sourdough with mayo. There you go, Miss Tom. Sourdough with mayo. I'll leave the mayo off. I'll take the sourdough though. But we're about to get back to second half here in just a second as they've gone. In about 1 minute, we'll be back to the game. 1 minute back to the game. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit that like for us. Subscribe to the channel as we have lots going on. Smack that like. That's right. Appreciate you being here, Stocks. Thanks for hanging out. About to give you our play-by-play of this the rest of this second half for the first round game between the Wright State Raiders and the Virginia Cavaliers. Like I talked about, this will this these two categories right here, turnovers and rebounds will be the top thing here. And also, I guess 3-point percentage, they're both about the same. Both are 8 for 18 and 7 for 15 for Virginia on the 3-point shot. So I would say the 3 points, if Callahan continues to do his thing and then let me bring it up here. Can Wright State get more rebounds here in this second half and stay with only 1 turnover? Well, I think it'll be all right. If Wright State comes out and puts up about 3 or 4 turnovers, this is going to be Virginia's game. Nicole says, I live in Dayton, Ohio, so Wright State is the home team whenever University of Dayton isn't playing. Is this still the halftime? Yeah, it's still halftime. I don't know what's going on. It's taking forever. But we're about to get back to it.
Official hair.
All right. See what happens, everybody. Come on now. Don't freeze on me.
The second half. But first, look at the
points in the paint. Bench points 18 for Virginia, 7 for Wright State. Not many. They don't have any points in the paint. So there. 4 steals by Wright State, though. That's another big key here.
That locker room side, what would you tell your defense? That's the problem.
Defense. Gotta tighten up that defense for Virginia.
Number 3.
And Wright State hasn't really shot the 3 at all this year. And they're going to interview White.
Just doing us, and I feel like we're not doing us right now.
Just doing us. Jakari White says, we got to do us. And we're not doing us right now. Nicole says, dude, the Raiders are looking phenomenal. They are playing their best basketball of the year so far. We've never made this many threes. They're fast. Yeah, he was just saying that Wright State was ranked 304th in the country in 3-point shots. Callahan is out on fire here. All right, so Wright State's going to inbound it here, and it's going to be Panagas getting it in to Cooper. Here we go. We got Wright State going left to right. Birch hands it off to top of the baseline here for Callahan. Callahan tries to go to the basket. He slips and falls, and the ball's on the ground. So the tie up and the possessions is the possession arrow goes to Virginia with a jump ball. As looks like Callahan just slipped there going to the basket right near the paint to the left side of the basket. That's their first turnover since 1753. So what did I talk about? If they come out with some bad turnovers, Virginia has a chance. Here's Virginia with Lewis at the bottom of the baseline. He takes it out to one, which is Thomas. Thomas back to the bottom of the baseline. Spin move with the big man. Top of the baseline. Thomas, three. There it is. Sets that up for the top of the baseline. Three. 43-41. Virginia more of a tight press here on defense than they did in the second half. So we did know that was coming. Callahan with the ball. Callahan looking to number 22, which is Birch. Birch, the top of the baseline for Pickett. Pickett back down to Birch. Birch to the paint. Throws it over to Amare. And a travel. So there's another one. There's another one. We talked about this. There's three. 2 turnovers back to back now for the Wright State Raiders. We talked about this, them coming out flat. 43-41. Here's Virginia with the ball going right to left. He gets it to number 5, which is Lewis. Back inside to the big man. Down low, and there's a turnover. Pickett gets the ball. He hands it to Birch. Birch walking it down. Birch looking under the basket. Thinks about shooting. No, he looks back out. He does go back to the basket. He misses. Rebound. The big man. Riddler. And there's a foul on Marbe. Marbe fouls Virginia here. I wish I could post pics in here. This Buffalo Wild Wings here. We are at electric. Is electric right now. College bros are hammered. Everyone's having a blast. Tell everybody to subscribe, Nicole. Tell everybody to come in here and hang out with us in the chat. Lewis, how's that not a travel? How's that not a travel? He went up and came back down. How's that not a travel? All right, here we go. There's Birch. Birch in the paint. Looking. Spin move. He loses the ball. There's another one. 4. And Virginia back down to the other side. Hall with the guard, and it's tied at 43. And just like that, we talked about this. We talked about this, everybody. 5-0 run, 3 turnovers, and the lead is gone. We talked about the lead. We talked about the turnovers. There it is. Arizona up 65-39 and 2:07. So Tennessee State versus Iowa State about to go live here as well. But yeah, Nicole, tell those people to come in the chat and hang out and talk while they're watching it. On the go with CeeLo. Tell them to get in here. Tell them to get in here. Well, Virginia now causing 3 straight turnovers for Wright State. Right back in the catbird seat here now, as they've tied up the lead at 43 with 17:39 to go. That's all it took, was a couple turnovers. Bad spot for Wright State. Kind of predicted that one. Knew that was happening. 166 in the house. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us. If we can get some more folks in here. It's our lowest stream so far of all the ones that we've done. But, I mean, when you say Wright State versus Virginia, you don't really think, wow, it's going to be a good game. But, Nicole, I'll take 10 all drums, and I'll take mild, and I'll take the And I'll also take the potato wedges. I'll take the potato wedges and a Coke Zero if you could help me out. Who do you think will win? I don't know. Wright State, if they keep on turning the ball over, they're not going to win. But good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Is Rowdy 2 Hocevar? I don't know. Pete, gotta be. Can't. I'm trying to put the. I gotta. That's nothing. I gotta load this on YouTube, and I'm gonna have to figure out when to release it. The paint scheme preview. I got the paint scheme preview done, so I better do this now while I got a commercial break. Let's see, NASCAR. Let me do a bigger NASCAR. NASCAR. Darlington. Paint. Scheme. Race. Weekend preview. All right, back at it. Longest droughts by a national champion season without winning an NCAA tournament game. Virginia, seven games. I think that minus 18 is out the window, to be honest. All right, here we go with Wright State going left to right, 2 missed field goals and 3 turnovers in the first half. This half, only 1 in the first half. Here we go with Wright State backing it in. Amarbe against the Riddler. There's number 55, which is Cooper. Back to the bottom with Pickett. Pickett, you got to shoot it for Cooper with the shot. Brick. Rebound, Pickett with the rebound, and he gets fouled. Pickett was right there after the shots, and he got fouled. Cooper could, or 55 is Cooper. Pickett was there at the bottom of the was that? No, that was 5. Yeah, Pickett. He was there. He's going to the line to shoot. And hits the first one. It's 44-43. Wright State. 44. So it's another one. Good. There's a second one. There's the second one. 45-43. 17:06 to go. 5 for 6 from the free throws. Wright State really hasn't fouled Virginia. Both teams 1 foul each in the half. There's Virginia at the top of the baseline. He gives it out to Riddler. Back to Lewis. Lewis back into Riddler. Riddler, spin move. Back out to Lewis. From the bottom of the baseline. Back to Riddler. Riddler looking to go to the paint. Riddler, 2 steps. Back out. And Grullo draws the foul. Grullo draws the foul here, and they're going to go to the line. First foul on Pickett. Grullo's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Number 17. Shoots it up. Good. Grullo, 3 points today, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. Goes it up. Good. 45 all. 45 all. I'm kind of curious to see when it changes here. Here we go. It is 33 on Barway for Wright State at the top of the point. He hands it off to Pickett. No, that's not Pickett. That's number 3. That's Pengois Mare. Spin move, but he gets taught up. And it's going to be a foul. Jump ball, but it's going to be, we love the Riddler, Valerie says. We love the Riddler, Val says. Val, not Valerie. Val says. 45 all still. We got some substitutions. Murray out. Pungras out. Holden in. Here's Cooper. Missed the first 3. Amare trying to hit the 3. Here's Virginia back to the other side. Riddler to the basket. Throws it up. And out of bounds. 16:04, so 4 seconds. Virginia's winning, Evie says. We'll see. Over, under, boys. Under. Under. Need help. I would go under, Pavel. Under.
Look at Woods on the floor.
Dave and so we go inbound. Boom, boom. So it's still behind. Still behind. Can't get it any closer. There is Wright State going left to right. See what happens here. Number 55. Holden with the shot. Misses the three. Rebound, Virginia. And down to the bottom of the baseline is Lewis. Lewis loses the ball. There's another turnover. Pickett gets the ball back with the steal. Here is Birch. Birch with the ball. He goes to the basket, throws it up, back out to the top of the baseline. Spin move, jumper. That was a good one. Michael Cooper with the jump with a 10-foot turnaround jump shot. 47-45. Michael Cooper now with 8 points, 4 for 10 from the field. Here's Virginia now. Close one. The 3 versus the 14 seed. Here's another one. Back outside. The Riddler looking. He goes to the spin move to the basket. Finds Lewis wide open at the bottom of the baseline. Good. The 3 is good for Virginia. 48-47. They take the lead. Lewis now with 8 points. First lead since 6:09 in the first half for Virginia. Here we go. Wright State back with the ball. Number 20, Holden with the ball. He's backing it in. He finds Pickett wide open 3 from the bottom of the baseline. Missed. And Virginia gets the rebound. Kentucky was a close game. It was TTV. Here is the Riddler bringing it down. No, that's number 30. Number 30 is Hall. Back inside. There's the Riddler. 3. Oh, yeah. The Riddler with the big 3. Here's Bart Birch. When charges to the basket, hands it off to Holden. Back to Pickett to the bottom of the baseline. There's back to number 55, which is Cooper. Cooper looking to the bottom of the baseline. He shoots a 3. Good. Cooper with the big 3 points. What up? What up, George? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. 11 points for Cooper. 5 for 11 from the field. 6th game this season with 10-plus points. Here's number 5, Lewis, at the top of the baseline. He shoots inside to the baseline with Holden. Tried to get it down to number 2, which is Mallory at the bottom of the baseline, but it goes out of bounds. 13:30 to go. Virginia villain strikes again, Peter says. Donald, what's up? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Under is bad. Bet, just saying. I just saw the UGA game. Embarrassing. Oh, JD. Oh, my God. That was horrible. Horrible. That was horrible, man. Frosty. A Frosty from Wendy's sounds pretty dang good right now. A Frosty from Wendy's sounds pretty dang good right now. Don't talk about it, JD. Jake says, don't talk about it, JD. All right, so we're just waiting on to come back here about 1 minute and 52 seconds for a commercial break. Let's take a look at some stats really quick. Let me bring this over here just a little bit longer. 43% for Wright State from the field, 50% now for Virginia, 39% from the three-point shot, 56% for Virginia. Free throws are 83 to 75%. Turnovers, 9 to 4. So Virginia's got a couple more, but the 4 turnovers is what led Virginia to close it in on Virginia there, or on Wright State. And then rebounds 26 to 18, still completely domination on the rebounds too as well. So still a fan who sells a large paper bag. Exactly, JD. It was a bad one. 60 some points in the paint, ties a record in the NCAA tournament for most points ever in a NCAA tournament in the paint. It didn't tie. I think it broke. It didn't tie a record. Bama Hofstra starting up here. We got Iowa State and Tennessee State. Iowa State up 9 to 3. 9-3 there. And you got Arizona almost over here, 70-45, up by 25 points. 25 points. Devon says it's over. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Then Hofstra, Alabama's kicking off at 2:21 Central. So 16 seconds left. We'll get back to the game. 16 seconds back to the game here. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. All right, back at it. Guys, is Wright State going to win? I don't know, but we've been picking games that have been great games. We've been picking out great games here. But we're in Philadelphia, where the Flyers play. Does the Sixers play here too? All right, so Virginia's going to inbound it here. The bottom of the baseline, under the basket, number 30, which is Hall. 30 is number Hall. Here we go. There's White trying to get his ball. There's 11, which is Tillis. Then you got number 2, which is Mallory. Mallory with the ball, the guard. He hands it back down to Tillis, back to White at the bottom of the baseline. White goes to the basket, throws it up, and good. Lays it up with his right hand. And Virginia's up by 3. Virginia up by 3 here. Here's Perch back to 33 Mbare. Oh, there's another one by the big man. He can do it again. Mbare, 14 points. Another 3. All right, here's Hall. Back down to Tillis. Back to White. White looking. Back to Hall. Hall looking at the bottom of the baseline. Looking. Trying to get to Mallory possibly. Back down to number 33, which is Onyenson. Here's White with the ball. Top of the point. 4 seconds left. They got to shoot the ball. Hall to the basket. He throws it up and gets fouled. He tried to get a foul, but he traveled. It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be Wright State ball here. He tried to get a foul, but he traveled instead. Not in Philadelphia. I'm in Georgia, but it's in Philadelphia. After 3 years, about to make my first $5 on Facebook. Nice, JD. So Hall's going to come off the court. They're trying to appeal the traveling call. All right, thank you, E5. How do you say it? Like, spell it out. How do you say it? Nunso? On Yenso? Me too. I at least get to watch racing tonight. That's right, Jake. So they're looking at the play here to see what happens. And there's the good volume.
I gotta tell you, he does get hit.
Oni Yenso.
In an appeal, you can appeal anytime you want.
Oni Enso. Thank you. E5. Thank you for that. Oni Enso. Got it. Oni Enso. Got it. Thank you. You don't see these players ever, and you see these names, like, I don't know how to say it. I don't have time to like research all this stuff and take time. I don't have any time for that. Cletus posted an hour-long video in the RCR card test. He's going to last just a little bit in that car at Rockingham. I'm telling you that right now. Oh, Nienso. Got it. Looked like Hall tried to get the foul by putting his shoulder up into him. If anybody is watching this, it looked like he put his shoulder up. Racing tonight. Got to do our stuff. Basketball's great. It helps out. Now, if Tennessee has a big game and we got a race, we might have to think about it. I don't know. We'll see. But We really haven't done our Tennessee Volunteer fans justice this year like we normally have, but a lot of stuff has been going on. But 12:38 to go. Virginia is appealing the traveling call by Hall. When he went to the basket, he tried to stop and draw a foul on the Wright State player, but he moved his 2 feet. So we're seeing that he's trying to say that because of the Wright State player caused the Hall to move when he came down on him. So let's see. He puts 2 steps down, and then he goes up, and he comes down. Why is it a flagrant foul? Whatever. That's crap right there. Flagrant foul on 33. Murray. That's ridiculous. How is he supposed to do anything? He's saying because he came down on him. Where is he going to go? He came down on him. He had nowhere to go. What comes up must come down. That's ridiculous. Flagrant foul. That's ridiculous. I would say a foul, but not flagrant like he did it on purpose. So Virginia's going to get 2 shots and the ball, and the refs are making sure that Virginia doesn't blow this. Because the NCAA hates Tennessee as well. They don't want Tennessee to have anything normal. I got a message, 5 drivers suspended. Is it true? Message, 5 drivers suspended. Is it true? Who got suspended? I just know a 1. And there's 54-53. Danny Dimes got suspended. 54-53. If you are whining, that's a good sign. Go Wright State. Even. 54-53. There's another one. So 55-53. So 55-53 here. Mallory's going to inbound the ball. Virginia's going to get the ball back here with 12:38 to go in the half. Second half. White trying to get the ball. He's at the bottom. He can't get him in. Can't get it in. 5-second violation, so it didn't mean anything anyways. So Wright State's going to get the ball back when Virginia couldn't get it in. Mallory could not get it in. He could have gave it to White right there in the corner, but he chose not to, which doesn't make any sense. Can't trust anybody anymore. Yeah. Plus so many like clickbait news stories out there. He could get it in. There was White. He was right there in the corner. He could have got it in. Here's a Marbury giving it off to number 55, Cooper. Cooper with the bottom of the baseline. He's into Amare. Amare looking. He goes to the top of the baseline. Tried to get it to Pickett. Number 3, actually. 3 is Pengois with a big 3. His first field goal of the game. Pengois with the big 3. Here we go. White at the top of the baseline. White looking. He gets it inside to number 11, which is Tillis. Tillis tried to hand it to Bruno. That's what she said, Danny said. He couldn't get it in. Hey, you pulled a Miss Tom. You pulled a Miss Tom, Danny. So 56-55. 56-55. There's 17. There's Lewis. Thomas the White. White looking for the jump 3. Wow. He was airborne for like, I don't know, 3 seconds. White with the big 3. 58-56. Right star underdog. 58-56. Here is Mbare with the ball at the top of the point. He tried to get it to Birch. He's trying to get it to number 3. Here we go. Pengois trying to get it back to Amare. Amare trying to put himself in there. Marbe tried for the 3. What a shot. What a shot. No. Oh, okay. I'll turn it down. Here's Birch. Spin move. Good. Birch and the foul. 60-58. 60-58. 60-58. Birch. Coast to coast spin move to the right side and got fouled. 60-58. 1 second, everybody. All right, so JD says, I'm going to jinx someone. Iowa State looks invincible. Oh, Iowa State playing Tennessee State. TSU, you really can't go into that. TSU won their division. This is their first time in the NCAA tournament. Bright lights on them. Iowa State 23-7. We'll see what that is. Arizona, 4 minutes left over there, 80-49, and then Alabama up 8-2 on Hofstra. The next game that goes live is Utah State versus Villanova at 3:10. CeeLo, we can't go into looking at Tennessee if you beat them. CeeLo, we can't go into looking at Tennessee if you beat them. I don't know what that means. If you're saying if I pick them? If I pick them? But 59 likes. 59 likes, trying to get to 70 likes now. We're at 59. Let's go to 70. So 70 on the likes. Help us out with those likes for us. Appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel too as well. I don't have my sub count up today, but let's see if what our sub count looks like. It is. Hey, we're over 52,600. Thank you guys so much. We're 97 away from 52,700. So make sure you hit that subscribe. Appreciate that all out there. And let's see, have I missed anybody subscribing? Dominic Brown and BMW Fast Clicker 1. Thanks for the subs if you're still watching. Dominic Brown and BMW Fast Clicker 1. Thanks so much for that. Go Red Hawks, Brendan says. We'll see what happens today, man. The big story is going to be is if Tennessee can stop the 3-point shot because they live and die by the three. They'll shoot 63s on us tonight if they have to. So we'll see what happens. Dennis Rodman going to the WWE Hall of Fame. That's crazy. Upset incoming sauce, he says. Ain't the warm around 60 too old for WD? Yeah, right. He's just going to the Hall of Fame. Going to the Hall of Fame. So just waiting here to come back. We got 9 seconds left before commercial ends here. We'll shout out from the Western Australia. Let's go Raiders. Travis Young from Australia, man. Welcome in. What time is it there? Is it like in the middle of the night there? What time is it over there? We're back at it. So 9 points off of turnovers for Virginia, 11 for Wright State. But 11 turnovers, they continue to build it. And Wright State is slowed down a little bit on the turnovers here. Remember, I said these two columns here were going to make a difference in this second half right here. 61 all. See what happens. Okay, read it wrong. Need new glasses. 3:30 p.m. over there. Oh, wow. 60-58. Wow, he's like way behind. What the heck? Way behind. I have to refresh. Yeah, I'm going to have to refresh because they're way behind. 61 all. 61-58. Yeah, I'm going to have to refresh because we're a little behind here. There's Virginia with the ball down the bottom of the baseline. There's White looking. There's Hall back out there again. Hall finds White. White, 3. Good. 61 all. White with the basket. Man, White's showing it big time here. White, 19 points. 19 points, 7 or 8 from the field. 5 for 6 from the 3-point line. Here's Pengoas. There's Cooper with the ball at the top of the point. He looks go to the paint. He stops. Almost turns it over. Pickett gets it back. He gives it to Cooper. Cooper goes back to the basket. Fakes the shot up and take it away. Here's Hall underneath the basket. Throws it up and fouled. 61 all. 61 all. Let me refresh here so I can have the up to date here. Let me make sure. Make sure we have this right. 62 61 on my side. It says 63 61. Come on. Shouldn't have done that. One of my good friends is an alma mater is Wright State. He played professionally out here for a few years. We love March Madness. Nothing better than this time of year. Exactly. I shouldn't have done that. Hopefully it comes on here pretty quick. But 63-61, we got a substitution. Callahan in for Wright State. Pangonis is also subbing out. So Callahan back in here, 63-61. Virginia had the steal and the turnover by Birch, which is now 6 turnovers here for Wright State. So trying to not to get any more turnovers here. All right, I'll have to go back to this here. Exit it there. And bring here. 1 second, y'all. Get it back to your live here. 1 second, y'all. Just trying to get it back to 1 second live. 63-61 to go. Virginia just takes it over. And now here comes Wright State. 9:36 to go. 12 turnovers. Virginia with another turnover. 12-6. Now, there's Cooper with the balls. He walks up the court. Cooper with the walk up. Cooper looking. Trying to look underneath. Back to Cooper again. Amare gives it to Cooper. Back to Birch. Back to the top of the baseline with Callahan. Back to Birch. Birch to Cooper. Cooper to the bottom of the baseline. Cooper looking. He looks to the bait. Jumper. Brick. In and out. Rebound to Ritter. Back to Lewis. Lewis all the way. Coast to coast with a slam. Coast to coast with a slam. 65-61. 8:56 to go. Scoring run is 7-0 run the last 2 minutes for Virginia Cavaliers. Birch thought about shooting a three to Mare. Mare to Cooper. To Pickett. Sorry about that. To Cooper. Cooper to the top of the baseline is Wright State. Back to Birch. Birch. Jumper three. Brick. Rebound. Greenlow. Back to Hall. Hall hands it off to Tom Lewis. Back to Greenlow. Greenlow back to White. White to the top of the point. Three. In and out. And rebound Hall. Oh, that was Riddler. He gets fouled going up for the rebound. Iowa State 32, Tennessee State 7. Arizona up 84-52 in the second half. And Alabama up 13-9. Riddler. I say Riddler. Ritter. Did I say Riddler? But I've been saying Riddler the whole entire time. Ritter. The Riddler. Watch out. Batman's going to get you. Ritter. That's funny. Amare coming out here. Ritter is going to shoot another one as they're 1-1. In and out. 66-51. 66-51. Pressure by Virginia. Their largest lead of 6. Wright State gives it to Cooper, walking it up. Hall on Cooper. He gives it to Pickett. Back to the top is 3. Pangonis. Pangonis back to Pickett. Here it is. Number 20. Holden. And he misses it, but gets fouled. Wright State can still do this. Yeah, another run possibly. Lou says, let's go Wright State. 67 likes. A 9-0 run for Virginia that puts them up by 6, their largest lead of the day. But we're looking at these 2 columns here, the 2 stat columns right here, the most important. 12 turnovers still for Virginia, only 6. They've slowed it down a little bit, but the rebounds have not gained anything here. This is another problem right here. 29 to 18. So those are your two columns right here that you're looking at right here. But 46% for Wright State, 53% for Virginia, 42% from the field for Wright State, and 57% for Virginia. So there is your stats here. And let's take Ritter with 10 points. 10 points for Ritter. Lewis has got 10. Hall's got 6. Oh, hold on, I gotta say this guy's name right. Make sure I said it correctly. hold on. Hold on. Let me go up here and look for it here. I should have wrote it down here. Oni Enso. Oni Enso has got 2 points. He's 1 for 2. He's got 3 rebounds. 4 rebounds for Ritter. White's got 19. 7 for 9 from the field. 3 rebounds. 1 personal foul. Hall's got 2 fouls. He's been playing with 2 fouls since the beginning of the game. Callaghan for Wright State's got 2 fouls as well. So we'll see what happens here. Going down here with 7:52 to go. And then after this game, coming up is Tennessee. CeeLo doing ball or racing? We're doing racing. Oh, sorry, reading the wrong thing here. Let's see here. Raiders getting killed on the boards. Need to attack the paint more as the 3-ball ain't working at the moment. Yeah, 3-ball's not working at the moment. Let's see if we can get Callahan going again. And I'll do the redirect here as well. Redirect. Live. Station. Add. Next. Save. Batch. Not on yet. Right. And I'm going to put the pin message in the thing here for the next game. Coming. All right. Getting here real quick.
Going against City. 6-11 matchup in the Midwest. Approximately 425. Here on. Yes. Want to see contrast the styles? Yes.
All right. Pin message coming up next. Tennessee versus Miami, Ohio on this channel coming up next. And we'll be redirected as well. So everything is set to go. Number 3, Pungonis is going for a free throw here to get it in. Pungonis and gets it in.
Go back to stay present in the moment. Let the environment obviously pour to them.
Pungonis, good, another one. So 2, 67, 63, 7:52 to go. Just 4,710 brackets left. That's crazy. Been Wright State wipe a bunch of them out. Here is Hall, the top of the point. Looking here, he goes for a 3. Brick, rebound, Callahan for the Wright State Raiders. Here they come. Cooper looking for another friend to throw it to. Pickett trying to get open. White all over him. Here we go. White. Now back to Pickett. Pickett to the bottom of the top of the baseline, backing himself into the paint. Callahan back to Birch to the bottom of the baseline. 3. Nice play. Birch with the big 3 at 67-66. They're still in here. Wright State, they invented the plane there. Here we go. Hall to White to the top of the point. Looking here, Callahan on him. Back to Hall at the bottom of the baseline. Hall goes to the basket. Looked like he was going to dish it to Ritter, but then it went off someone's hand and went out of bounds. It's going to be Wright State ball. 67-66. When I know the players' names, when I get to it, I'm pretty dang good at it, I think. I don't know. I try my best. Iowa State up 36-9. Tennessee State is like deer in the headlights. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go with Wright State walking it up, going across the court here. There's Cooper now at the top of the point. Cooper with White on him. Pickett came out for the block. Pickett gets the ball now. He goes to the top of the baseline. He hands it off to Amare. Amare at the top of the baseline. He can shoot it from there. Amare to the basket. He gives it to Pickett. Pickett gets rejected. Gets it back. Cooper now with the ball. He shoots a three. Brick. Rebound Virginia with Thomas. Lewis with the rebound. Here's Lewis there with a little back behind the back pass. Lewis with a nice little spin. He gives it to Ritter. Ritter goes into the paint. Ritter throws it up. He gets blocked. Here comes Birch. Birch, coast to coast. Does he stop it? He gives it to Pangolis. And that's in. 68-67. Nice run. 68-67. Wright State back with it. Here is Ritter to the basket. Back out to Lewis. Misses with a three. Rebound, Amare. He hands it to Callahan. The scoring run is a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes for Wright State. Here is Callahan. Back down to Amare. Amare, three. Brick. Rebound. Ritter. Now back to Thomas. Thomas walking it up. He's past the half court. Perch was hard defense on him, and they call a foul on him. I'm froze. Be right back. All right. A technical foul on Birch. Birch was chirping at the ref. Birch was chirping at the ref. And now he's going to be. My goodness. A technical foul on Birch because he was chirping at the ref. So Callahan shoots it 69. No, it was a technical. I'm sorry. The technical was on Lewis. Wow. 70-67. I do apologize. User says, bro, I might win this. I might win 500. 5:32 to go. 5:32 to go, and there'll be 30 minutes between this game and the next one. So whenever it starts. My gosh. Oh, that's why? He threw the ball at him? So Lewis threw the ball at Perch. And Thomas threw the ball at Perch. Questionable. Got money on Wright State and Hofstra, both looking good right now. Now Hofstra, look at that. On Alabama, wow. 70-69, right up. Still. $70-69, 14 turnovers, only 6 for Wright State. Pressure is on for Virginia. Mare with the ball. He walks it up. 5:27 to go. He gives it to Perch. Birch. Gives it to Birch, not Perch. Birch. Birch to Callahan. Callahan spins, looks at, backs up. Back to Birch. Birch has the ball. He goes to the bottom of the base, spins, goes to the basket, throws it up, and Mare with the rebound. Refresh. Mare looking. He gives it to Cooper. Cooper to the top of the baseline. Cooper looking. He goes to the basket. Spin move. Stops at the line. Shoots a jumper. Brick. Rebound. Number 2. Which is Mallory. Mallory with the ball. He hands it back down to Ritter. Ritter with the 3. Brick. Rebound. Wright State. Mare with the rebound. Cooper gives it to Callahan. Callahan looking to the top of the baseline. Gives it to Cooper. Back to the bottom is Birch. Birch looking. Back to the top. The Callahan at the point. Callahan looking. He goes to the basket. Fakes the 3. Gives it to Mare. Fakes the 3. He goes to the basket. And there's a whistle called. A travel called on Mare. I'm sorry. Virginia is advancing no matter what, Shadow says. 370 in the house. Make sure you're hitting that like. Trying to get to 80 likes. We're at 75. Help us out here. Going to be a buzzer beater. Sage. The 14 seed giving the 3 seed everything that they don't want. Wright State's done, like you said, Wright State's done everything they need to do to win here. Other than the 6 turnovers and the 24 rebounds, which is gaining now. Here's White at the bottom of the baseline. Like Jakari White, he's been their star. He runs it in with a tip in on the right side. And Virginia scores again at 71-70. They take the lead. 4:02 to go here. Let's go WSU, Kevin says. Here we go. Jakari White, 21 points now. Second game this season with 20 points. Jakari White is coming alive in the NCAA tournament. There is 22 Birch. Birch gives it to Cooper. Cooper fakes the 3. He goes up for the shot in the paint. He misses. Rebound is Virginia. Virginia Hall to the bottom of the baseline, trying to find Nick White there. Bert Hall thought about going to the paint. He backs it back out to the top of the baseline. Here's the screen. Hall finds White to the bottom of the baseline. White goes to the basket, throws at the top. Thomas for the 3. Brick. And rebound for Virginia and the big guy, 17. Grunio. 73-70 up by 3. 73-70 up by 3 is Virginia. 3:01 to go. And it's going to be a timeout. Timeout. Wright State with 2:50 to go. We always pick the good ones this year, y'all. Make sure to hit that like for us. Subscribe to the channel. Can you get us to 100 likes? 17 to go to 100. Help us out to 100. You won't hear another word about likes for me the rest of the day. 100 likes. Help us out, y'all. Trying to get there. Matthew, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. How's everybody's brackets right now? How are they looking? How's your brackets looking? Got some upsets going down here, y'all. Except UGA, that wasn't good. Is right? Right. Look at Alabama's game. Yeah, Hofstra up there too as well. And Iowa State just cruising. My grandpa's farts. What's like that? Mamba. What the hell is that? What is that, Mamba? Tennessee fan, you have a rough matchup coming up. Justin, if Tennessee can slow down Miami of Ohio, I think we're okay. We can slow them down and take away the 3. I think we'll be all right. It's great to see the SEC blowing goats. Yeah. I need Wright to write me a win. I need White to write me a win. He's doing pretty good. White's got 21 points. He's 8 for 10 from the field. Callahan is 18 points, 5 for 7 for the field. Birch, 15 points, 6 for 14 from the field. So, man. Some preview, race weekend preview. Points. Earnings. Betting. The meats. Betting. All right, so that select an audience, no, and upload. All right, cool. I got that one uploaded. Tough game. I need them to shake back. We'll see what happens with Virginia. Commander says, I'm never the one to say rigged or anything, but they really looks like Duke, Kentucky, and now Virginia writing a check to make sure they survive. I don't know. That technical, though, that would have happened if that was the case because it went against Virginia, but I don't know. Google's an amazing tool. It is discipline. Nice, JD says. Caleb says, crazy game, go Cats. We'll see what happens. True, if they can stop the 3s. That's right, Justin. If they can stop the 3s and slow Miami, Ohio down, I think we can win. But we'll see how it goes. You never know what Tennessee team shows up. But Tennessee State from Nashville, Tennessee, the bright lights of the tournament. But one of the Iowa State best players is hurt. But it doesn't look like it matters. They're up 44-19. 44-19 for Iowa State. Hello, Amy. Appreciate you being here. 442 in the house. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. And we're about to get going here. for the rest of this game. We got 2 minutes and 39 seconds left. Inbound is Pickett. No, was that Pangonis? No, that was Cooper. Cooper, hand to Amare. Amare looking, gets it to Cooper. Cooper to the top of the baseline, backing himself in with White on him. He finds Pickett. Pickett underneath the basket, trying to get around. Here comes Callahan with a block. Rejection. Here's Virginia. Quick, Thomas, Nick, and out of bounds. Cooper almost stole that, but he was out of bounds. So it's going to be Virginia ball here. 73-70. 73-70 is the score. Make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 likes. 98. 2 more, and I won't bother you again. Get us to 100 likes. And let's see what our subs is. Thank you for the new subs, everybody. Appreciate it. 607. Nick bringing it in here to Hall. Hall at the top of the point. Looking back to White at the bottom of the baseline. White looking. Screen coming out for White. He goes to the basket. Finds the big man down low. Gruno with a big 75-70. Virginia up by 5. It's an 8-0 run by Virginia. 3:15 to go. And here comes Birch. Birch to Amare. Amare thinks about shooting it. He hands it off. Couldn't get it to Cooper. He's stuck. He's stuck. He's stuck. Nowhere to go. Cooper gets the ball back. Cooper, Pickett comes out for the block. Cooper to the top of the baseline. You got 9 seconds on the shot clock. 9, 8, 7. Cooper goes up for the shot. He misses. And rebound Virginia. Thomas with the ball. Double teamed him. White to the top. Looks like they figured him out here. White has the ball. Click, tick, 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 tick with 19 seconds to go. Virginia might survive here. Hall back down to Ritter. Ritter to the bottom of the baseline. Works some way up into the paint. Jumper misses. And out of bounds. It's going to be Virginia ball. Sage says GG. And Bama's without a player due to legal issues. Yeah, what kind of idiot is that? Hofstra up 28-21 from Alabama. And Iowa State up 46-19. There's the only 2 other games going on right now. You got Tennessee versus Miami, Ohio coming up 30 minutes after this game. We will transfer you to it. The pin message has the link. Go over there and hit the like for us too on that one. Here we go. Virginia with the ball with Thomas at the top of the point. He finds White for a 3. Drilled. And that'll do it right there. That will do it. 78-70 with 1:19 to go. And there is Virginia coming alive here on the 10-0 run with Ritter with 10 points now. Here we go. Here's Mare back to Perch. Perch looking. He needs a 3. Back to Amare. 3. And good. 78-73. So Amare with another 3-point. He's got 19 points. 7 for 12 from the field. 5 for 9 from the 3-point line. Hall back to White. 46 seconds to go. Down by 5 is Wright State. They need to do something here. 40 seconds with 12 on the shot clock. Wright State looking. 36 seconds. 35 seconds. 7 on the shot clock. White goes to the basket. And it's in. White is in. White is in. 80-73. 27 seconds left. Here we go. Perch. 3. Misses. Out of bounds. And Virginia's going to win this up by 7. Hold on 1 second, everybody. All right, got it in. White, back to Hall. 4 seconds left. Please, Wright State. Please, AB says. Thank you guys for getting us to 100 likes. We appreciate you. 19.4 seconds. Tennessee up next against Miami of Ohio. Bruh, Evan says. Bruh. So Hall's going to go to the line and shoot 1-1. 1-1 for Hall. White on fire tonight. 28 points, 10 for 12 from the field. Hall's Steve free throw percentage is 78%. Up. Good. 81-73. 81-73. And up. Good. 82-73. 82-73. 18 seconds left. And a foul. 16 seconds to go. Thank you guys for tuning in here today. Turned out to be a really good game. Thought it was going to be a snoozer, but it turned out to be a good one. Wright State battled, kept them in the game for a long time. Here's Cooper. Misses the three, and that'll do it. Congratulations. The Raiders gave them a scare, but they pulled it off. And there it is. 82-73. Virginia will advance to the winner of the Tennessee versus Miami of Ohio game coming up next in about 30 minutes from now. So thank you guys so much for everything. And let me go up here. And we appreciate everybody for hanging out today for Virginia versus Wright State. Another great game here on the Go at CeeLo. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you. Coming up next, Tennessee versus Miami. We'll see how we do. And I want to thank my lovely wife, Spain, for everything that she does behind the scenes. I want to thank my mods for moderating, my members for their hard-earned money to the channel. And I want to thank you for watching. So thank you guys, Wright State fans. Man, you got so close. Thanks for the stream and insight. You're welcome, Sage. We'll see in a little bit, in about 30 minutes. Probably less than that, but we'll see you here in a little while. Appreciate you going out. See ya when I can get my ending Zoom thing here. Where you at? There we are. See ya.